We learned all about lead sheets and fake books in the last video, and got a start on navigation with a discussion of volta brackets. We'll further that discussion here now to get a firm grasp on song form navigation, which is so important when you're working and rehearsing with other musicians. My good friend Lead S. Heat was so kind to provide me with a few variations on his basic lead sheet. You can see some new markings down here around the last line on this version. First of all, take a look at this symbol, which looks like an O with crosshairs. This symbol is called a coda, not to be confused with the coda outro. Coda, in this sense, is a navigation marking. And we find that coda marking here in two places, here and here. I'll show you how the coda markings work in a moment. First, though, we must understand the marking DC al coda, which you'll find here at the bottom. DC means da capo, or repeat from the beginning. So, returning to the score, we see DC al coda, meaning repeat back to the beginning, and then follow the coda sign. Here's how it would actually work with this particular lead sheet. The entire form would be played down first, and in this case, the form is AABA. So, we play the first A section, and then the repetition of the A section to the second ending. After that, we get to the bridge or B section. You'll notice that there are only slash markings here, no melody. This is seen sometimes in a jazz context, like in the song Scrapple from the Apple by Charlie Parker, in which the player is asked to improvise over the bridge before the return to the final A section. Now, after the last A section, we're told to solo over the form. So the improviser or improvisers would take turns soloing over the entire form as many times as they want. After the solos are finished, we're told to DC al coda, meaning go back to the top of the tune or first A and play through until we arrive at the coda sign, which is here. On arrival at the coda sign, we must find the next coda sign and jump to it. And jumping to the next coda sign here gets us to our ending. It's sort of like an exit path out of the song form. I'll play the song from the bridge to the coda so you can see how this works. Did you hear how I held the last chord and let it ring out? That's because of this symbol, known as a fermata, which is placed over the last note. Here's a close-up shot of the fermata. What a fermata does is tell the player that the note, chord, or rest should be sustained for a period of time longer than its note value would indicate. If it's over a rest, the fermata tells the player to pause for an indefinite period of time. Fermatas can sometimes occur within the form of the piece, not only at the end, and how long a fermata is held is totally a decision made by the performer or the conductor.